It's an astonishing time in men's tennis. You have, of course, Nadal, Federer for 5 or 6 years, and now it's been kind of upended by Djokovic and Nadal. You have 3 of the greatest players that ever played the sport playing at the same time. Nadal may be chasing Federer's titles. If Djokovic hadn't had the career he had last year, he'd be very close to him right now. Andy Murray is a close 4th, but he's a very solid 4th because the top 3 are just head and shoulders above everybody else. Women's tennis needs stars, and it's hard to make stars when we have different winners all the time. In my day, the top 5 maybe fluctuated a little bit, but it was the same people. It wasn't like the player ranked 3 would go to number 20, and we see that all the time. You see Svetlana Kuznetsova, she's ranked in the 20s now. Ivanovic went out in the 50s or something after being number 1. Jelena Jankovic, it's just so up and down. I think that's why people are confused about the women's game, because nobody's been able to sustain anything for a longer period of time other than Serena Williams and Maria Sharapova. So it's been a bit confusing, and I'm not sure why that is, actually. Lena is a very solid player, and she played great at the French Open last year. She's got a great all-around game, but at the same time she doesn't have a big weapon, so it's hard for Lena to break through. All the pressures that are on her off the court, all the extras that she's had to do because she's Chinese, that might be a combination of all of that. And age, it all adds up. Why haven't we seen explosion from Asia that we have seen in Eastern Europe? Well, in Eastern Europe, they've been playing the game for a long, long time. And you don't develop a tennis champion overnight, and you can't even really make it happen. You can have the same program for 1,000 kids, and it's just that one kid that's going to come through, whether he or she is Chinese or American or Latvian. But most of all, it's a matter of opportunity. And I think the clubs in Europe really lend themselves to developing these kind of players. I don't know if there's that many courts around China. Now I'm sure that it's growing. You will see that explosion 10 years from now. There have been more injuries both on the men's and women's side, but both tours have been trying to address it, and it's gotten better. I believe the big injuries have gone down somewhat, but the players, to me, so they still play too many tournaments. You change surfaces, you change indoors, outdoors, you go from a wet climate to a dry climate, and on top of that, you change balls. You can get tendonitis in your elbow from one match, one tournament, so no wonder there's so many injuries. When Elena Dementieva won the Olympic medal last in China, she said that she wanted it more than a Grand Slam event. But I think most players would prefer to win Wimbledon than an Olympic medal. I don't know, you should ask them that, but for me that was definitely the case. The regular tournaments trumped anything else. But now, again, the Olympics have been growing and growing, and now the players have an opportunity to repeat at Wimbledon. It's amazing, really, that you don't have to travel anywhere, just stay here and play on the grass again. I wish that happened in '84, but